So at a press conference yesterday in the White House with Apple CEO Tim Cook presenting Trump with a bribe, commemorative trophy on a 24-karat gold stand. I don't know what, we're going to see in the news that Apple has been granted some big permission or something. Tariffs are waived, or I don't know. It's always a bribe when they take Trump a gift and talk about how amazing he is. Of course, what reporters wanted to know about was the Epstein files. And I'm actually really glad that they're still pestering him with that. There are a lot of bigger issues going on in the country right now, but you got to stick with what works, and what resonates across the board seems to be this Epstein stuff. So, okay, he called the whole thing a hoax. Meanwhile, he has his regime out there on Fox News pursuing hoax stories about Barack Obama in 2016, 10 years ago. We're worried about that election, about Russia, where we all saw Trump himself asking Russia for help, and then Vladimir Putin saying, yes, we helped after the fact. But hey, whatever. Bug this guy to death with Epstein, because it seems to be sending him even further off his rocker than he already was. In the meantime, you may not have heard this news that Article 1, Section 9 of the Constitution has mysteriously been deleted from the Library of Congress. The Library of Congress is calling this a loading error of some sort. But Article 1, Section 9 deals with the emoluments clause, number one, and also it deals with the law around habeas corpus, where you can't arrest people without some sort of cause, some proof that they have done something wrong. Like, you can't arrest a 54-year-old grandmother who's selling tamales on a street corner. She then has a heart attack in the process of being picked up by ICE. She's never committed a crime. She's lived in the country for 20 years. And she's standing on a street corner selling tamales. I mean, my gosh, I'm so glad that ICE is here to protect us from these dangerous criminals. If I knew where I could go to buy her tamales, I would do it, because I just happen to love tamales. How boring would it be if we didn't have other people from other countries coming to our country to share their culture, their food, their music? Man, this country would be boring. So where did Article 1, Section 9 go? Let's keep an eye on that. And the last thing is, I'm always wondering, with all of the things, I actually called Hakeem Jeffries and Chuck Schumer's offices today. I always tell them I'm an indirect constituent. I don't live in New York, but because they are the leaders of the minority party, of which I am a member, they are I am a constituent by indirectly, right? Because they're the leader of the party that I tend to vote for. And I asked them if it was of any concern that some random person is building their own structure in national park land, being the White House, something to make themselves rich, to accept more bribes, because you know that's what Trump is going to do with this $200 million ballroom. I'm sure it will be the tackiest thing we've ever seen. It'll be gold-plated shit is what it'll be. But all the world leaders who want to bribe Trump will pay big money to come there and have some sort of ball. Great. Shouldn't someone be saying something about that? And the last thing I want to say is, while all of this is going on and Trump is talking about how great all the money from the tariffs are, they're going to cost us between $2,400 and $2,700 per family next year, from what I have read so far, and I'm sure that number will go up. All the other countries of the world are starting to make deals with each other. They used to buy things from us. They're now going to produce these things themselves and buy them from each other through more lucrative trade agreements, which means the whole bullshit tariff thing just completely falls apart upon 5 seconds of scrutiny. These are the things we need to be keeping an eye on. There are a lot more, but hey, we're in this together. We've got to protest these things every chance we get. Make a video, show up at a protest, call your senators. I call constantly, mine and those that I've mentioned. And together we can make a difference with this, and we are making a difference. So as always, thanks for watching. My name is Bill. I'm a college professor in Dallas, Texas. Have a good day.